And the second you actually need money, you stop being able to help people in the way that you want to. I wish somebody told me that 15 years ago. And here's the contradiction that nobody in the wellness industry says out loud. You are a person with a dedicated heart. It is in your nature to help, to pour into other people, to invest in yourself and your craft so that you can pour into other people even more. Maybe you teach Pilates, maybe it's Reiki or breath work, or you run a fitness class or some other sort of healing, uplifting work that genuinely changes the lives of the people who come to your door. You spend your whole life learning how to solve other people's problems, and you're probably really good at it. But there's one problem no one ever taught you how to solve. It's your own. How to make enough money that money stops being the thing standing in between you and the work that you are actually put on this earth to do. That's the quiet trap. The more devoted you are, the more you're told that caring about money makes you feel less pure. So you undercharge, you overgive, you call it service. And then when a slow month comes, the rent is due, and the most generous person in the room cannot afford to keep being generous. Being broke is not humble. It does not make you more devoted to the work that you are doing. It just keeps you small, and it quietly pulls you away from the exact people who you got into this to help. I spent years believing the opposite, and it cost me. Worse, it cost the people that I could have helped but didn't. So I built this series wanting to fix that. Not get rich for the sake of it, getting paid well enough that needing money never decides who you get to help. Let me name exactly how this trap closes around you, because it happens in 3 quiet steps. 1, you give the work away and call it generosity. You were taught that money cheapens healings, so you discount it. You trade. You say yes to people who cannot pay, and you tell yourself that that is what devotion looks like. Meanwhile, 1,000 other practitioners are saying the same thing, and the market reads all of you as interchangeable. 2, you built your practice on land that you do not own. The studio holds the clients, the gym owns the membership, the platform controls who sees you. You spend years filling someone else's room, and the day that room closes, you'll start over from nothing with all of your talent and none of the foundation. And 3, nobody ever taught you the business of helping people. Your training taught you the modality. It did not teach you how to turn that into a living that actually lasts. So you are brilliant at the work and improvising the money, hoping that it works. Here's what it's costing you, and I want you to feel this. The slow months become an emergency. You take that job that pulls you away from the real work you were created to do. You water down your calling just to survive it. And the worst version, the one that I've watched happen genuinely to gifted people, you quit. You walk away from the thing that changed your life, and everyone who only needed you to do it never gets it. The world loses out on you, not because it stopped working, but because you couldn't afford to keep offering it. That's not being humble. That's a loss for you and for the world. Now, picture the other version of this. The money is handled, not necessarily extravagant, not for show, just stable, and enough so that money is no longer the thing that decides who you get to help or whether you get to continue helping people. You'll serve from overflow instead of running on fumes. You reach more people, not fewer. You say yes because you want to, and you say no without panicking. You invest back into your craft because you can, which makes you even better for the people who come to you. You stop choosing between the work you're doing that you love and being able to afford keep doing it. There is a way to build that, and it's not a personality you were born with, and it's not luck. It comes down to 3 things I had to learn the hard way, and once you see them, you cannot unsee them. I'm going to give you all 3 right now, today. in this episode. And if anything that I say makes sense to you, subscribe before you keep watching. This series exists for the practitioner who is too good at what she does to be this close to quitting. And I don't want you to miss what's coming. And if you already feel that you should be a part of this, that's the sticking point. And I'll tell you exactly what I want you to do at the end. So let me tell you where I learned all of this, because I didn't read it in a book. And a while back, I was sleeping on my grandmother's spare bed in one of her rooms back in Oakland. 2 kids under 7 in the middle of divorce, halfway through a master's program in nursing, which was supposed to be the safe option for me. That summer, on my break between semesters, I took my financial aid check, the money that was meant to keep us afloat, and I spent every dollar of it on some plane tickets. China, Brazil, India. I went to Rishikesh and I trained to become a certified yoga instructor. I was certain that I would find my way there, and I'd found the work that I loved, but I have not found a way to live on it. And I need you to know that those are 2 very different things, and nobody warns you about the gap in between them. The real door showed up as an ordinary phone call between me and my best friend. She had bought a dance studio in San Francisco and needed to fill it with teachers. She offered me a pretty fair split and full creative freedom. So I took the practice from India and the years I had spent studying psychology and how people actually change, and I built something that hadn't existed yet. I taught 1 class, and I knew before it was over. Within a week, I left my nursing program for good. I called this idea Trap Yoga Bae. Have you heard of it? And here's the part I want you to hear clearly, because this is the whole point. For years, I carried that same belief that you might be carrying right now, that caring about money made me less devoted to the work, that a real healer stays a little broke. That belief almost ended me before I started. What changed everything was the day I understood it backwards. That money was never the enemy of the mission. That money was the only thing that would let me live in the mission at the size I was actually capable of. Every time I let myself be paid properly, I could help more people. That's the one shift that turned a borrowed room into a business worth more than $1 million without me ever owning a single building. It's how I ended up teaching more than 20 million people across 7 countries. How Forbes named me as one of the 8 Black wellness experts in the world to keep your eye on. How Google called and Nike, and how I ended up bringing this work into spaces full of thousands of people who would have never found me otherwise. I'm not telling you that to impress you. I'm telling you because every bit of it came from the same realization, and that is available to you. So let me hand you 3 places. The first piece is letting yourself be found. The people who need you cannot choose you if they cannot find you. Being the best kept secret in your town is not modesty. It is a wall between you and every person that you are meant to help. And most of them will never have known that you existed. Getting booked is not about being loud or salesy. It's about making it simple for the right people to find you and say yes. Becoming clear instead of hidden. Becoming the obvious choice for the specific person you serve best. When I stopped shrinking and let my work be visible, the world started opening up to me. And the thing that surprised me is not about visibility making your work less sacred. It makes the reach further. Corporate rooms, big stages, they put me in front of more people who needed my help more. Ooh, quick note. If this is already shifting something inside of you, the link in the description is for a free strategy call. 30 minutes where we can find one thing that is standing between you and a practice that can actually sustain you. Keep it close, and I'm gonna keep it going. So, the second place is building income that can hold you up. And I want you to sit with that sentence. Money you do not own is money you are renting. If your whole income rides on the studio, one platform, one stream that someone else controls, then one slow season or one closed door doesn't just hurt your month, it threatens your entire mission. You cannot help anyone from a place that is fragile. Bankable means building something that holds stable underneath you so that you can keep showing up for the people that matter no matter what the season looks like. For me, that meant owning the things that actually pay you. The offer only I could create, the audience that followed me, not the logo on the wall, the methods that protected mine. I built it all without ever owning a studio, which means there was never a single building anyone could close or shut me down. And that stability is not greed. It's what lets you keep serving year after year without the floor falling from under you. The third piece is the one almost nobody talks about, and it's the one that holds the other two together. You cannot pour from empty, and you cannot keep pouring if you feel guilty every single time someone pays you for your gifts. This is the deepest block, and it's not strategy, it's a permission issue. So many gifted healers I have ever met secretly believe that charging well for sacred work makes them less pure. So they get the right edge of income, they would finally free them and quietly sabotage it. They discount when the price was already fair, they overgive when there's nothing left. You call it humility, and it's really fear faking as humility. Being built to receive means that you understand that getting money is a part of your service. It does not betray it. Well-paid healers are great healers. Being built to receive means letting good money be a part of the service instead of betrayal of it. It means understanding that a well-paid healer helps more people for longer, with more left in the tank than a broke one ever could. I had to do this work on myself first. I had to heal the belief that staying small made me good. The day I let that go is the day that everything else became possible. Booked gets you found. Bankable keeps you standing. Built to receive lets you hold it without guilt. You need all three. Miss the last one, and the other two leak out faster than you could ever pour them in. So here's what I want you to do. You just heard three things: letting yourself be found, building income that holds you, becoming someone who can receive without guilt. One of those is your block right now. You probably felt it tightening your chest while we were talking. The link is in the description for a free strategy call. It runs about 30 minutes. We will look at where you actually are, name which of the three things that are standing in your way, and map out the fastest path through it. It's free, and you're gonna walk away with a clearer next step than you came in with, no matter how you choose to live or move after that. If you're ready to stop letting money decide who you get to be, I really hope you let me help you when you book that call. Here's what this series is. From here on out, every episode, I'm gonna bring you women who built something real and lasting around work that changes lives. And we are not going to do the polite version where everybody pretends money took care of itself. I'm gonna ask how they actually did it, the practice and the income, both, so you can see what is possible and you can see exactly how. Because you were never meant to choose between doing the work you love and being able to afford to keep doing it. You can have both. That was always the point. Subscribe so you don't miss a single new one, and send this to a practitioner who you know is too good at what she does to be this close to walking away from it. I'll see you in the next one.